returning to harmful patterns. It doesn't. Today, I'm sharing with you how to protect your peace without feeling guilty. Hi, I'm Stephanie Solomon, and welcome to Winning Ways again. It's been a minute. I know. But welcome. I just have a few nuggets to leave with my subscribers, my followers, and my clients of Evolve for Life. I was sitting here and I'm always reflecting and writing something, but I had some things that I think that you could benefit from just as I'm benefiting from. All right, let's look. I'm gonna have 4 points for you and then I'm out of here because if you're like me, you're busy, you have a lot going on, but many of you want to grow and some of you your time is valuable, and I know it, but I believe in still growing, and we can find room for that. I believe in growing on the go. Yes, grow on the go. That's my hashtag these days. And if you have been following me a minute, you know that my latest written, published works are written just for people who want to grow on the go. Well, before I get to any more about that, let me drop these nuggets on you, okay? Point number one. You and I have to know and remember the difference between forgiveness and access. I have talked about this before, but I can't talk about it enough. I just can't. Forgiveness releases bitterness for us. And I've talked about this, but forgiveness is not reconciliation. I talk deeper about it in my books. Forgiveness is for the self, reconciliation is for us, me, you, others who are involved and who need to come back together. But forgiveness is for the self, and it helps us release bitterness so we can become a better version of ourselves. Access, I've talked about that. Forgiveness does not mean access. And sometimes people will try to weaponize scripture, old sayings and fables and old wives' tales or whatever to try to guilt us into access. Hey, when people show you who they are, believe them. I do believe that we can give people other opportunities, we can give them grace, and we can give them mercy. But the Bible says, in all thy getting, get understanding, and that wisdom is the principal thing, to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So although we are forgiving, we're using wisdom. Hello, access is earned trust. And I talk more about that in my book. Let's look at point number two as we are growing on the go with your busy self. Let's identify what drains us. Identify what drains people, environments, places, activities. What's draining? Identify it and make some decisions about access there as well. What conversations exhaust you? What patterns keep repeating? What do you notice that keeps repeating in your life, no matter what season, how old, what environment, you notice these patterns. What do you tolerate that harms you? If you are like me or you're like how I was, thank God for deliverance. I was in environments where there was mostly psychological harm, emotional harm. And I didn't have a language for a lot of things, but my inner self knew that I was in a harmful space. Listen to your body, folks. I can't say that enough. Our body knows when we are in spaces and places where there are people and things that do not have our back or our best interest. Let's look at point number three, because I know you have somewhere to go and something to do, and you want to grow at the same time. Use calm boundaries. If you follow me, you know I'm big on it. You know, it's one of the buzzwords of the day, and sometimes we have to be really careful with these buzzwords because sometimes they are misused. All right, people mishandle the the depth and the truth of some words. Boundaries are and can be healthy for everyone. They can be healthy for the ones setting the boundaries, and they can be also healthy for the individuals who we're setting before. Here are some examples of what I call calm boundaries. I'm unavailable for that conversation. You ever have people just call you and start talking, not thinking that you could be in a space of busyness, occupied with something important, but because they have something to say and want to say it, no respect for your time, let's talk. And that type of talk is not meaningful talk. Oh my God, it's harmful talk. And we can be bold enough, wise enough, oh, come on, courageous enough to be tempered enough to say, I'm unavailable for that conversation. Hi there. Hi, what, you have a question? Let's see if I can read it. Oh my. Okay. All right. Turn the music down then so you can hear. Okay. But thanks for your question. I will definitely get back to you. Okay. I'm not going to put that out for everyone to hear. All right. But thanks for feeling safe enough to ask that. How you doing? All right. Here's another example of a calm boundary. I wish you well, but I need space. You know, I've talked about that we don't have to explain or over explain. Sometimes we should give some explanation. I'm not saying just be, have people drop them off and keep them. Some people deserve an explanation, but we don't owe a whole story. Use wisdom in explaining if that's what you choose to do. All right. But people need to understand that you're as grown as you're going to be. You'll always be someone's child, sister, or brother, or friend, or whatever. But there's a point in place, especially in adulthood, where we take accountability for our own peace and we don't betray ourselves for the comfort and convenience of others. Here's another example of a calm boundary. That no longer works for me. I know some people are using this popular one, that no longer serves me. If you choose to use that, that's fine. But that no longer works for me. You know, sometimes people are used to seeing a certain version of us, and that's the only version that they want to encounter with us. And so they will remind us of who we used to be in conversations and certain talk and things that they do. And we have to not only in with our words, but in our emotion, let people know that what you're offering, what's on the table, really doesn't work for me, doesn't match who I am. And again, no long conversation. You really don't need that. All right. I have one more I want to share with you of many, but I do want to drop this on you. Guess what? The emerging series, all right, emerging with balance, emerging with forgiveness, and emerging with EQ, emotional intelligence. Oh, yes, emotional quotient. I get it. It's still referencing emotional intelligence. How about that? Okay. Guess what? I have a bundle sale going on right now. So if you log on to www.stephanieersolomon.com, you can get all three for just $25. Limited time. All right. All right. So I get it. You're growing on the go. You're loving it. I'm loving to hear your stories and hear about you growing on the go as well. I want to drop this other point with you, releasing guilt. Guilt and conviction are not the same. Conviction is about reminding us or telling us, sharing with us that something was out of order, something was out of place, something was wrong, it was a sin. For those of you who are Bible based as I am, and we need to correct it. And the Bible gives us steps and a way to be corrected and to be in alignment with Christ, right? But guilt does not. Guilt wants us to feel really bad forever and never come out of feeling bad and to see ourselves in a dark place and continue to go down a spiral and never become a better version of us. Peace is not punishment. What we're seeking is peace. Peace comes with forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. Because I need to say that, because oftentimes when we talk about forgiveness or hear it, oftentimes, not all of the times, we tend to think that forgiveness is about what someone or some individuals have done to us. It does include that. But do you know we harm ourselves as well? Hey, Jay Revive, that's my girl. Yes. Do you know that sometimes we harm ourselves? We are our worst enemies, and we have to forgive ourselves. I've said this before on my broadcast. No one could kick me in the glutes like me. All right. I have to forgive myself for the missteps, the poor judgments that I have made. Okay. So forgiveness is, even for us, we have to forgive ourselves, right? For the peace that we're seeking. That buzz term, that buzz phrase is out there. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my peace with attitude. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But are you really? Do you understand that when you're guarding your peace, as I've talked about, you're protecting your peace, you're seeking your peace. Need to understand peace is never punishment. It is never punishment. No one should feel punished by coming at you for your peace, and you shouldn't feel punished as well. Peace is not punishment. Boundaries are wisdom. I hope that I've said something that has left you stronger, something that has left you with clarity, that you're not confused about peacekeeping, understanding that peacekeeping comes with forgiveness, and with forgiveness, access is oftentimes denied, right? Many people lose peace because they think being kind means always being available. That's that access again. That's that access, feeling like I belong to you. You belong to me. You own me. I own you. You own my space, my sanctity, my special happy places. You can invade them at any time, and that's okay, and that's really not okay. Hi from Australia. No, I'm not her. I'm Stephannie Solomon. That is hilarious. I don't know if that's a compliment or shade, but it's funny to me. Oh my God, that's hilarious. But thank you, Australia, for signing in. Someone just asked if I was Wendy Williams. How you doing? No, I'm not Wendy. That is hilarious. All right. Here's some examples. Answering every call from someone who always brings drama. That's a no-no. No access. Learn to say, I am not available, right? And here's another one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Letting people restart the same cycle because they apologize. We have, I call them serial apologizers. They don't mean it. They just think if they say it, that it's worth something, but they don't apply what apologies mean. And we let them cycle back into our space. Feeling obligated to explain your boundary. Remember, I said, you don't have to explain anything, just do it, just live it. Giving emotional energy to people who ignore your growth. When someone ignores our new version, our better version, our betterment, sometimes it hurts because they're people we kind of hung with for a while, we liked, but they are not moving with us. They're not evolving with us. We don't hate them, but we understand everyone can't go with us into our new chapters. Allowing guilt to override wisdom. And I kind of touched on that earlier about the difference with guilt. Sometimes the disturbance in your peace is not unforgiveness, it is unmanaged access. So I hope you're hearing that access really is a big deal. All right. So ask yourself these things. Does this connection bring health or chaos? Is this person respecting my boundaries? Am I saying yes out of love or guilt? Do I need distance to remain whole? Oh my God. Oh my God. You and I need to understand we're not bitter because we set boundaries. All right. We're wise. We're wise because we're doing that. All right. So protect your peace without feeling guilty. Peace leaks through repeated access. Forgiveness does not require full availability. Boundaries can coexist with love. You can love someone and set boundaries. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. You ever heard of feeding someone with a long handled spoon? I will take care of you. I will, within wisdom and within boundaries, I will love you with boundaries. Yes. And my love doesn't have to look like what you say it should look like. All right. And what you imagine. Wisdom knows when to reduce access, and guilt should not make our decisions. Oh my God, this was just so much that was dropped on me this morning. Here's an example. You and I can forgive friends, relatives, and still not become their dumping ground. That's a word for somebody. I know it is. All right. Well, I'm going to stop right there because so much was being poured into me as I was reflecting this morning. And if you want to grow deeper, forgiveness is emerging with forgiveness. I was about to say forgiveness is not an option. That's the chapter in my first book, Conversations with the King. Still popular after 24 years. Still popular. People still remind me of it. But remember, forgiveness is something we must do for our mental, emotional health, and for some of us, our physical health, because unforgiveness can bring sickness and stress. But emerging with forgiveness is available in the series. That's where I came from today. And the other two companions in this series, Emerging with EQ, Emerging with Balance, are available as well. And remember, they are available as a bundle, not for long, okay? And if you want a one-on-one session with me, I'm available as well with Evolve for Life, where I coach individuals through forgiving and personal development as well as emotional intelligence. Well, remember to grow through whatever it is that you go through. Why is that? Because your growth and my growth, it's our superpower. Continue to grow, everybody. Take care. Until the next time. Bye now.